Hello.
We launch into this movie, and the first question from every sort of stage on forward when people read the script was, fantastic, but how the hell are you going to find a kid who can do this? And so we did a nationwide sweep, looked at literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, slowly started whittling them down.
I auditioned, I think, 4 or 5 times until it was just me and this one other boy.
Blake came to us, his tape was amazing, his first in-the-room audition was amazing. We brought him in for a callback, all the producers, everyone sitting around the table, and he blew us away.
I'm flesh and blood, just like you, Roxanne. They killed Jesus. They can kill me. Please, Roxanne, don't let Max kill me. Don't let him kill an angel.
This kid was like, bang. You know how you'd know when we all looked at him and it was, that's the kid.
With David, we wanted to have a sense that he's evil. We want to have a sense that he is a fallen angel, but exactly what he is, we really want the audience to fill that in.
Be a good boy and put the gun to your head.
I love Stuart's direction with Blake, which a lot of time is just, you know, be a kid and be innocent. It makes it all the more spooky.
Is it gonna be like, nah? Is he gonna like scare us?
Yeah, it's gonna come up real fast. It became a shorthand where I could just say, okay, Blake, devil, or okay, Blake, kid, and he would switch in, switch out.
When you're on the screen with him, you better make sure you know what you're doing because he'll totally steal the show.
David, you scared me.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Cut it, please.
The first time I walked in and I was like, so who's directing this movie? And they pointed to Stuart and I was like, he looks like he's 12. And they were like, well, he's in his 20s. And I was like, wow.
I enjoy working with younger directors. They bring a sort of fresh enthusiasm to a project.
The marriage between Stuart and Dean has worked really wonderfully.
When we actually got Dean Cundy, everyone sort of sat back and said, oh my God, it's Dean Cundy.
Dean Cundy's like the godfather around here.
One of the masters of filmmaking and an honor to work with.
He's made movies that I grew up with. He's made movies that I quote endlessly with my friends.
For someone who has his kind of experience and been around for so long, he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Do this. How do you want me to do that? How much time do we have before
Very often a director will have a particular vision for a film, and I enjoy finding a way to get the pieces to work. I try not to impose anything on the film. I try to embellish what a lot of my other collaborators are doing.
Josh, we may want to end up getting you to the door one beat earlier so that you're planted by the time you say, of course I forgive you. There's no challenge we face in this movie that Dean hasn't come across before. So even when everyone's starting to freak out, the whole crew ends up just turning to Dean and saying like, Dean, what do we do? And he's like, well, usually when this happens, I do this with the camera, do this with the actors, do that, that. And suddenly it all just comes together.
I think one of the greatest challenges has been recreating winter and the feeling that we're in New England, in Maine.
Looks like winter, doesn't it? But actually, it's May. It's about 33 degrees Celsius or 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Something you have to learn when you cross the border like that.
The problem has been snow. We need snow, and obviously it's not snowing.
We actually intended to shoot this movie almost entirely in the Yukon, where it's supposed to stay snowy until the middle of June, but they had the warmest spring on record.
And we got there and it was perfect days. It was clear and sunny and it was warming up so much that they had to kick us off the frozen lake on our very last day because we were afraid they were gonna fall through.
So we took what was gonna be 4 weeks of work up there and turned it into 2 days and decided to dress all of our exteriors and interiors with fake snow.
No one ever does a snow show twice. We were lucky in this one that we went to the Yukon to find some real snow, but then all of our sets here in Vancouver obviously have to be dressed, and we dressed that with a combination of cellulose paper snow, the ChemGuard foam in the trees, polymer snows, we use ice waxes, so we have a lot of different tools and tricks to make it happen.
If I never see another piece of fake snow, I'll die happy.
I think there's an obligation for EPK to cover every blue screen shot and interview everybody so the public knows how we do these tricks, and then all the magic's gone.
Really, the green screens are putting us out of work.
And it puts the creative control in front of a guy with a little computer, some nerd who grew up playing video games as a kid.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah, that's that guy right That's just where it should be.
We've got a lot of big physical effects in this movie, which has been very challenging, but fun.
Please help me, I'm scared.
I'm not a killer.
I really want to go home.
I do pretty much most of my stunts until they get really hairy. I got shot the other day, which was always fun to get squibbed.
He's a go-getter. He's out there doing it all, firing himself into rails and wanting to do stair falls and being squibbed and stuff like that. And yeah, he's a guy's guy.
I have a huge respect for stuntmen, and when it gets hairy, I'm like, stunt dude, please help me here.
We got special effects, we got scuba, we got stunts, we got children and fake ice. It's a good day.
This is the part in the film where Vince falls through the ice. This is the end of Vince. And so the stunt guy, Brent, is going to crack through the ice so they can get an underwater shot.
What we've done is we put acrylic wax on the surface of the pool to make it look like ice. Our stunt double, Brent Woolsey's going to fall through the ice. And around that, we've got divers in the water looking after the performers. Joel will be down there as well. Then we have a diver looking after the camera person. You know, it's quite a, intricate little scene.
Can we refer to the whole, every time we do it, can we just refer to it as a manly stunt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Could that become the buzzword for this?
Manly stunt.
Manly stunt.
Commercial for testosterone.
Let's go again for the manly stunt.
The idea we went into this with was do absolutely anything you can for real, like hanging a kid 40 feet in the air and spinning him on wires.
Connor Crash Dunn, he's 10 years old, and he's this little guy. He's like a little trampolinist, a skier. We've done some stuff where we were dropping off the roof of the set piece that we've got built, and yeah, he's worked out really well.
That one-hander. Well, I rehearsed with Ernie on a harness with two cables coming out of here. I was off a 35-foot platform, and I did a double backflip.
Stunt kids. Who knew?
I'll tell you something, movie business isn't easy. Just better make the DVD.
I've always felt that having fun while making a film is essential.
Excuse me. He is a big pain in the ass.
Just working here.
And left.
To be honest, all we're trying to do is make fun, scary movies.
Hello.
It's been great. We've had a fun time.
The fate of the movie lies in this decision.
Excuse me.
Suit me up, coach.
On the last day of shooting, the hardest part is letting go of all your friends. And it's like, I'm probably not going to see these people again because I killed them all.
That's a wrap. Come here, you little devil.